Okay, so why is sulbutiamine helping me out so much? This email we got, guy basically gives a little bit of his background, his diet, and started taking sulbutiamine, which is basically a synthetic version of vitamin B1. I believe it crosses over into the blood-brain barrier, has some interesting mechanisms. We'll talk about that in relation to what's happening with this guy, and is considered a nootropic compound. The guy just wants to figure out why it's helping him and if it'll stop helping them. So we're going to get to that in just a second. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com, livecortex.com/blog. Giant blog for nootropics information at facebook.com/Cortex Stacks. That's our Facebook page. And then facebook.com/Ryan Michael Ballo is my personal Facebook page. We got 6 powerful products that support this broadcast. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic products.
All right, number 1, the Cortex nootropic stack. We have our own stack. It is powerful. We set out to build a nootropic stack that made such a positive impact in the nootropic sphere that folks literally who were like turned off by pre-made stacks wanted to get pre-made stacks. The rest of the stacks out there are good, but the chief complaint is that they're not strong enough, they don't last long enough, etc. We changed that with the mighty Cortex. Uridine, CDP choline, artichoke extract, Bacopa monnieri, a synergistic, strong mental energy and motivation effect. Get a bottle of Cortex at livecortex.com. Get 2, get 3. You will love this stack. We've got 5 digital nootropic stack lists that give you expert level nootropic stacks. But guys, like I said in a recent video, they answer questions that so many folks have. If you go through taking nootropics and you run into problems because you're not dosing them right, you haven't read enough about it, and you wonder why, man, you gotta read Smarter, Better, Faster. You gotta read the Racetam God Guide. You gotta read the New Pet Pro Stack List. You gotta read all of our digital guides. They give you the answers. Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. Okay, so guy sent me an email, says, look, I have been taking sulbutiamine at 350 milligrams for a couple weeks, and it's really helped me with my energy. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm kind of afraid that it's not going to work for me anymore. Like there's going to eventually be a tolerance. My answer to that is there might be tolerance. You never know. A lot of substantial improvements in brain function via certain nootropic compounds don't last a whole lot long. It all depends on the power of the compound, among other things. It really depends on what's causing your issue to begin with. So you got to look at that and figure it out. We can really just sit and postulate about this. There's a couple things that I think are important to note about sulbutiamine. Number 1, it is a synthetic version of vitamin B1. B1's a critical vitamin, a B vitamin. It's I think the most critical part of it as it relates to energy and or fatigue is that it helps convert carbohydrates to fuel. So if you don't have adequate amounts of B1, then you might be running into some sort of energy deficit as a result of the conversion of carbohydrate material into a fuel substrate for your mitochondria and your cells. Your body needs a regular supply of B1 in order to make ATP, which is the energy format most used within your cell. So that could be one thing. The other thing is looking at a 2011 Korean study that indicates that it has a neuroprotective effect and can counteract ischemic damage that results from deprivation of oxygen or glucose. So sulbutiamine supplementation basically reverse that in people. So perhaps this guy is in one way or another getting not a lot of oxygen, a lack of oxygen, and or a lack of glucose. Maybe he's on a super low carb diet, or maybe has some sort of nighttime sleep breathing issue that deprives him of oxygen. Folks that have sleep apnea tend to have like low oxygen saturations. So that could be the case there. But then there's also some degree of cholinergic activity that goes on with sulbutiamine. I'm going to read from a study that describes it. In conclusion, sulbutiamine can be used as an adjuvant to treatment in early stage and moderate Alzheimer's by anticholinergic drugs. Another study indicated that it has positive implications for memory formation. To quote its exact abstract, as it appeared in Pharmacology, Biochemistry, and Behavior. The present findings and previous results suggest that sulbutiamine improves memory formation, and that this behavioral effect can be mediated by an increase in hippocampal cholinergic activity. So as is the mechanism of action, or one of the downstream effects of adagrasib or oxiracetam, you're creating more cholinergic activity in the hippocampus, and that could be the case for sulbutiamine. So sulbutiamine is kind of like racetam, sort of, but I mean sort of. That's my take on it. I've never particularly responded exceptionally well to sulbutiamine. I've had to really combine it with a bunch of things in very specific quantities to get good results. And so that's kind of my take on it, at least as it relates to me. Sulbutiamine is actually one of the nootropics that I don't get all that much benefits from, that I really haven't figured out how to make it work perfectly for me. I still have to go back and do some experimentation with it. It's just been sort of on the back burner compared to the other plethora of stuff that we normally talk about. So that's it. That is my take on this guy's experience. Sulbutiamine is an interesting nootropic compound. Lots of folks that I know get very good benefit from it, okay? So just because I don't or whatever, who knows? I mean, this guy obviously has substantial benefit from sulbutiamine. So I figured that'd be interesting for you guys to note. And user, if you are watching, thanks for sending me this email. If you want to have me answer questions, shoot an email to ryan@livecortex.com. I'll do the very best I can to get to it when I can. And look, if you want more information that truly teaches you distinctions about nootropics that you can't find anywhere else, that'll teach you how to use particular nootropic stacks, that'll give you long, complex, but elite level, high level nootropic stacks with every imaginable racetam, modafinil, uridine monophosphate, triacetyluridine, ALA, Alcar, everything in between. Get a copy of Smarter, Better, Faster. That's for people that are new to nootropics, but teach you everything. If you want just racetams, get a copy of the Racetam God Guide. You know, if you want just Noopept and a bunch of nasal, oral, and sublingual Noopept stacks, snag a copy of the Noopept Pro Stack List. And if you want a powerful pre-made nootropic stack that you can just take 2 capsules and forget about everything and get to town and go to work and get motivated and get energized, get a bottle of the Cortex nootropic stack. That thing is making waves in the market. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex nootropic stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it, we delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the nootropic stacks for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, Alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that racetam. There's 8 major nootropic racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the Noopept Pro Stack List. The Noopept Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying Noopept nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of Noopept stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of Noopept stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.